So this little mini clip will be going over basic overview of what a motherboard is and its functions and some of its key features. So the function of a motherboard is that it is the main circuit board inside your computer. So what it really means is that everything connects in here. So you would put other peripherals like keyboards, your mouses, and floppy drives, hard drives, DVD drives, sound card, video card, USB ports, and things like that. They all connect through the central board in your computer. So there's different components that connects to the motherboard that houses these peripherals. Your motherboard also houses your CPU, your memories, and your power supply. So you can see here, this is what a typical motherboard would look like, and it is connected to every part of your computer either directly or indirectly, as I said before. So it's either directly connected to one of these ports here, or something is connected to the port here that something else is connected to your computer. So this is what helps it communicate with things that you're doing in the computer. So some key properties that a motherboard has is that it has sockets or slots where your microprocessors and your memories are installed or hooked up to. It also has slots for your expansion cards. Your slots could either be an ICA slot, a PCI slot, a PCI Express slot, or an AGP slot. You also have your power supply, which distributes obviously power to the CPU and your main memory and your other expansion cards. So this is where all the power supply is distributed to everything that you're doing in the computer. And your different peripherals, your memories, and your different components to the computer are connected to the motherboard either directly or indirectly through different sockets, slots, external ports or internal ports, and the expansion cards as well are put into your motherboard through the slots. So as I said, there's ICA, PCI, and AGP. So the main thing is the memory, which is through your PCI slots or your memory slots. And moving on with different motherboards, obviously different motherboards are available for different types of uses. So, and they sell for different prices. So if you're only going to use it for, let's say, surfing the internet, checking your email, and listening to music, or what you would call a home user, you obviously don't need a very expensive motherboard. But if you're a gamer, obviously you're going to spend a little bit more money so that you can play your games without your computer without your computer freezing on you and crashing. So what really helps with the crashing and those sorts of things is your memory. So obviously you want a fast memory if you're a gamer, a memory that can be fast and holds a lot of memory. So here's an example of what a typical gamer motherboard would look like. As you can see here, there are actually 4 memory slots. So that will greatly increase the memory of your computer. So therefore your computer is not going to freeze when you're running a couple of games, or your games are really heavily graphically. So your graphics card won't have any troubles because you have a greater memory. And obviously, since there's 4 memory slots, this type of motherboard will go about $300 in comparison to a home user motherboard where you only have 2 memory slots. Because obviously, if you're just going to surf and listen to music, you don't really need a lot of memory, and your computer doesn't need to be that fast because it doesn't need to handle heavily graphics. So if you want more information, I suggest you go ahead and do a search on your own so you can read up more about the motherboard. But I hope this basic overview have helped you with what motherboards are all about.